Today I'm sharing a quick tutorial on how I knit three-stranded color work. My wintergreen color here is my background color, my spun sugar colorway here is for my tree, it is my middle color, and sugar plum pink is going to be my pop color, which is going to be the ornament on the tree. And by the top, middle, and bottom color, I mean that whenever these are stranded across the back of my work, you can see how your color that you want to pop needs to be on the bottom. Your middle color's in the middle, and your background color needs to be here on the top. When it's time to drop my background color, I make sure I drop it to the front of my work so it doesn't get tangled. I'm going to pick up my middle strand here and knit 2 stitches, making sure my float is nice and loose across the back. Now it's time to knit an ornament. So I'm going to grab my sugar plum pink colorway and very loosely knit that stitch, and I drop that color when I'm done with it to the back. Grab my spun sugar color, knit 2 stitches, and I'll drop it to the back. And what we're doing here is just making sure that those strands don't get twisted, and the dominant color stays on the bottom, the middle color stays in the middle, and the background color stays in the back. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, it's time to drop my background color again. I'll drop it to the front. I grab my middle color here, knit 2 stitches of spun sugar. I'm going to drop it here, grab my sugar plum pink, and stitch my ornament. Drop it to the back. Knit 2 with spun sugar, grab wintergreen, and finish off that segment of the motif. And as you can see, when you look at the color work, these ornaments are really popping because I'm using them as my most dominant color. And even this tree is really popping compared to that background color of wintergreen. And that way you can make sure that your color work that you've spent so much time stitching really is shown off by paying attention to color dominance. I get asked a lot what the inside of my color work looks like, and it's actually really pretty. You can see my floats are nice and loose. They're not too loose, they're not too tight. They don't cause any puckering across the front of my fabric. And I stick to the color sequence and make sure that my dominant color is on the bottom and my background color is on the top, and you don't see any of these floats crossing over each other and creating chaos, and they stay nice and aligned and neat on the inside of my work.